Welcome to this episode of Ask the Guitar Coach. Our question today is a very important one. It's a subject that I think hundreds of people have asked me about, and it's the following. How can I find or make time to practice guitar? Now, obviously, this is an extremely important question, and if we're going to solve this problem, you're gonna have to use some creative thinking. Before we get started, I'm gonna take as a given that you want to practice. So this is not a motivational kind of video on why you should practice, but I take into account that you want to practice, and I'm just gonna help you find time during the day. So we're gonna be dealing with the logistics of practicing and not with the reason for it or the motivation of it. In order to achieve our goal, we will use this very advanced technique of habit hijacking. Habit hijacking. And in order to do that, you need to have a specific goal per day. So we will take 90 minutes per day. If you're already practicing a couple of hours per day and you want to develop more, you want to add more hours, you will use the exact same principles. Just those 90 minutes are going to be on top of the other 1 or 2 hours you're already practicing. So let's see how this habit hijacking thing works. As I said, we're going to go for a very specific goal, 90 minutes per day. We will divide that into 3 30-minute sessions. So 3 times 30 is 90 minutes. Each one of those sessions are going to have 3 minutes of warm-up and then 27 minutes of playing. Those 27 minutes of playing are going to be divided by 3. So you're going to have a 3-minute warm-up, then one subject you're going to study for 9 minutes, another subject for another 9 minutes, and a final third subject for another 9 minutes. Altogether is 30 minutes. And this thing, you're going to redo it another 2 times, you're going to repeat it. So altogether, 3 times 30, 90 minutes. So where's the trick, let's say? Where is the hijacking thing? Well, you have to make this 30-minute practice schedule an indispensable part of your day. And in order to do that, you need to connect it with something that you will definitely do every day. An example would be eating dinner. If you eat 3 or 4 times a day, there's no way you can go over your day without eating your dinner. So what you would do is you would take one of those 30 minutes time slots and you would connect it with your eating dinner habit. So every day, before you sit down to eat your dinner, you would have to have completed this 30-minute practice period. Otherwise, you don't eat your dinner. Basically, what we're trying to do is to develop a specific automatic response which is clearly outlined in the habit most of us already have of brushing our teeth before we go to bed. For many people, it has become such an ingrained habit that if you go to bed for whatever reason without having brushed your teeth, you feel that there's something missing and you want to get up and go and brush your teeth. This is the kind of connection we want to develop between your practice schedule and your dinner, or whichever other event you decide to connect it to. So what other things can you connect your practice schedule to? Well, you can connect it to turning on the internet so that you can work on the internet or even play and do whatever you want to do and search for YouTube videos or whatever. And you can also connect it with going to bed and going to sleep. So ideally, you would have 3 time slots per day. I will use these 3 examples. One is having dinner, the other is going to bed at night, and the third is turning on the internet on your PC. And before you're able to do any one of those, you will have to have completed the 30-minute practice schedule that you would have created. The idea here is to make those 2 things so intertwined that you are not going to go to bed without doing your 30 minutes of practicing, and you will not have dinner unless you have completed the other 30 minutes, and you will not turn on your internet or turn on your PC or anything like that until you have completed your third 30-minute practice session. Now, why do I say that this method works very well? Because it removes a very important thing that happens during the day, during each day, and it is this thing that creates all the problems. And this is the actual choice of whether you should practice or not. Now, in each day we take, most people, I will say, will practice if they feel like it. So your practice schedule will depend on your mood of the day. However, the mood for the specific day might be fluctuating and fluctuating wildly, depending on how well you slept, on other things that are totally unrelated to your guitar playing, on what you ate earlier on, and several other parameters that you cannot so easily control. By connecting your practice schedule with to those specific daily events, and you are removing the daily choice on whether you should do it or not because you feel or you do not feel like it. And this is the very, very best way to connect it to specific parts of your day and makes it much less likely to not do it. So there you have it. I hope this was helpful and it clarified one of the ways that you can maximize the chances of doing your practice schedule every day and getting an extra 90 minutes of it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next episode of Ask the Guitar Coach.